it going to look like when we are calculating how much time it's going to take to pay off the $35,500? Let's do it. Let's say that this is a 12% interest rate, which that is about the going rate on a line of credit. So I want you to calculate the interest with me so that you understand how interest is calculated on the revolving line of credit. So 35,500 times 12% is 4,260. All right, so $4,260 in interest for the whole year. For the whole year. Okay, so this is the yearly charge. We're never going to pay that much because we know how to do velocity banking, and we're never going to pay this much interest, but let's keep going. So let's divide this by 12 so that we can see how much we're going to be paying for the first month, okay? So divide by 12, $355. Oh my goodness, hold up a minute here, dudes. So this is the first month interest on $35,500 balance on my new line of credit, but I was paying $762 per month overall for these credit cards when they were individually in different amounts on different cards. Okay, that was an eye-opener already. I could cut my interest in half nearly just moving it into a true personal line of credit. But if this person gained $1,550 per month by putting the credit cards into a line of credit, not a loan. I'm not talking about a personal loan. I'm not talking about a consolidation loan. Please don't get confused. I'm talking about a revolving line of credit. If you're going to the bank right now to ask about this, you're going to ask for a revolving line of credit, not a loan. Because I assure you, as soon as you walk into the bank and they say, you walk up and you're like, hey, I am interested in a line of credit, they're going to say, why would you want a line of credit? It's a 12% interest rate. Our loans are only 8%. It's going to happen. Get educated so you know how to answer this stuff. Okay? So if you get the 12% line of credit, your interest charge over the first month is going to be $355. Why am I saying the first month? Because it's not going to stay at this balance. You're going to be reducing this balance quickly. How quickly? Just using the $1,550 that you were making in monthly payments over all of the credit cards. Let's do the math. So if I have $1,500 in cash flow now, and I'm thinking, okay, how long is it going to take me to pay off the $35,500? Let's do the average interest, $355. Divided by 2, the average would be about $178 per month. You have $1,550 in cash flow, which means $1,372 will actually be going to pay down this $35,500. So $35,500 divided by $1,372. This card, this new line, $35,000 would be paid off in about 20. Okay, what's up with my markers? 26 months. 26 months. Look at your credit card statement and see if you don't have over 10 years to pay off these credit cards by making that minimum monthly payment that they give you. Check it out and see how long you have. If it's not, I looked at a credit card last week that they had 300 months left to pay off their credit card. So let's just play games and act like it's only 10 years at that minimum monthly payment. Well, we just took it down to 26 months, doing nothing but transferring these lines into one line. And I didn't do the math, but I'll bet if we did the numbers like we were showing here with how you're going to be able to transfer living expenses, charging them onto your credit cards, gaining the cash flow because you've now turned payments into cash flow using your credit cards correctly. You're not going to have any time left in the credit cards doing that. But you're sitting there making the monthly payment that they gave you, the minimum monthly payment. Some of you guys are even taking, I'll hear this every meeting nearly. Well, I know it's a $200 monthly payment, but I try to throw extra on it every month. So I might throw $50 in there. If I have an extra 50 or maybe 100, I just really try to throw everything in that I can onto the credit cards, which is a good idea. But what happens when you're actually taking serious action on what's happening with your credit cards, the credit card balances? Okay? So get educated. If if you're afraid of lines of credit, if they just scare you to death, if you're just so nervous that you can't even fathom getting a line of credit from the bank, then use Money Max. Money Max doesn't have any risk. It's just a guaranteed product that will help you to eliminate the interest, which, like I showed you, if you had $762 a month that you're paying out in interest, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that you're throwing away every month. So you don't have a spending problem. I know some of these gurus out here are telling you, you're an idiot. Cut up your cards. You're not an idiot. You don't have a spending problem. You have an interest problem. You wouldn't have a spending problem if you had the interest that you're throwing away every month to spend. Right? I'm just telling you, learn how to use the bank, and you're going to be super amazed at how quickly you're going to get out of debt.